What is up, you guys? It is Parker here with DecoExchange. Y'all, we've got another great tutorial out today, and I just wanted to remind you guys to subscribe to our channel, like the video down below, and at the very least, y'all, leave us a comment and let us know what you think.
Hey everyone, Melly Mel here from Sincerely Creative Mom. We're going to make an oval base, and we're going to use a couple of picks, sprays, whatever you want to call them. We're going to bring them to life, and a nice fun bow in the center, okay? So this is a 14-inch oval. We're going to use this side to cover up, and we're going to use the prettier side, the side that's more rounded. We're going to use that side to be, what's showing, okay? These little things here, I'm just going to pull them all out. I'm going to touch every single one. I'm going to touch every single one of these and just kind of pull them out. And then I'm going to bend it a little bit, move all of them so that they all look like they're coming to life here, coming out from their little shell or from their stem, whatever you want to call it. Brought it to life, right? Just looks bigger. It moves more, right? It's got more life to it. So now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to kind of weave it in here. I'm going to put it on top, even though it didn't look like I just kind of put it on the side. And I'm going to weave these in here all over. Okay, I'm going to weave them in all over. So that those two just became one. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to take this one and marry it with this one. Okay. So I'm going to put the big one right on the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to come right on top. So I want this stem here. So we have one of these little ball-y kind of things. The stem is real low, okay? So I want my pipe, or my, what are these? Pine cones to kind of line up with where that is, right? So it's going to kind of be right where my base is. I'm going to hold on to this one real tight, okay? And then I'm just going to move these in here and weave them in and out just like I did that little one, right? So it's all intertwined here, right? Put this one right in the kind of the center. There, nothing to it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Now let's see where my zip ties went. I'm going to take my zip tie. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner. Not the pipe cleaner. Actually, you could use a pipe cleaner, but I'm using a zip tie. In fact, I almost always, even in this case, I almost always use a pipe cleaner. But just this time, I'm going to use a nice zip tie. So I have one. Now look. Oh, I guess I gotta push this the other way. Okay. So I want to put this one up here, and I'm just gonna measure here, see where I'm at. I want a bow to come in here, and I want it to be a nice fun bow. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wait to put those on. I do bows kind of different, and so we're gonna do bows the way I do bows without using the Easy Bow Maker, okay? This is just gonna be nothing crazy, nothing big. And this one I'm gonna make a little longer. So we're gonna be about 13 inches. Okay, but I'm gonna curl it. I'm not gonna keep it long, you'll see. So I'm gonna say 13 inches about here. Okay, nice and tight, I'm gonna hold it. So I'm gonna make my first loop. Now, I want my first loop to be, it's a little too big, maybe about this big. Let's see how big that is. So it's a little over 5.5 inches. So I didn't say, okay, I'm going to make a 6-inch loop. I'm just going to kind of guide to see how big I want my bow to be, right? So I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to do a 6-inch loop on the bottom. I don't want to do that. I want to know how big my bow is going to be in conjunction with how big of a space I got going on, okay? So it's about a 5.5 inch. I'm going to pinch. Okay, now I'm going to do a nice twist back here, okay? I'm going to come over for my next loop, and I want those bottom to be the same, okay? Looking at it, measure it. I don't usually measure it, but just for the sake of today, measure. Okay, so they're about the same. So then I'm going to pinch. You see this edge of my ribbon, okay? Look, if I bring it up just like this, it's the ugly side of the ribbon, okay? So I need to twist it. The trick for me is I always bring this side of the ribbon all the way over to the other side, okay? I want right down here at the bottom, right where my pinch is, I want it to be all the way over, okay? I want to make sure it gets all the way over to the other side. That's my trick. That's just my thing, okay? There we go. measure it the same. Okay, pinch, twist, same thing. Make sure that other side gets all the way over on the other side. You see now, look. See, it's all the way over, all the way at the beginning here. It's all the way on the other side, okay? So, because it looks like this, I already did the twist. Okay. I'm going to pinch. And one last one, I'm going to do the twist because it's going to be my other side to my bow. Okay. There. So, because this is how I normally do it. I normally use my pipe cleaner in between because it's just how I do it. So I'm going to use that, look. Sometimes I can't hold the whole thing in my hand and it hurts. So I'm going to start with a tail and a loop, okay? And I want my loop to be a little smaller than my last loop, okay? So this is the same size, so I'm going to make it a little smaller, okay? There we go, a little smaller, and I'm going to pinch. Now for this one, I'm only going to do one loop, okay? Just one loop. So I did 2 loops here with the tail. I'm just going to do 1 loop on here. Now look, we're going to come back over this way, okay? So I did a tail, a loop, I pinched, no twisting, okay? No twisting. Instead of twisting this one and then having my loop come in the back, okay, I'm just going to go over the top, just like that, okay? Now, I'm going to switch hands so I can see, so I can measure with my eyes to make sure that it's about the same. Okay, and it is. So I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to bring that other tail down in the front. Now, look how perfect, okay? Now we have, our tails are both going the right way, right? They're going in towards the center, and our loops are not upside down. Isn't that perfect? There we go. Okay. Now I'm just going to take this off carefully without knocking my pinky finger. Okay, and I'm going to put it right on the top. There we go, just like that. And then add my pipe cleaner back on. So some of you are probably very used to the Easy Bow Maker. Mine happens to be upstairs, I think. So we got to compromise. Okay, so we're just stacking them on top for right now. Okay, so we're going to go 13 inches again because that's my tail length. Okay, now I'm also going to do 2 here. We're going to make it a little smaller. So my first attempt was too big. My second attempt still a little bit too big. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, now look, it's a little smaller. You see? A little bit smaller. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to pinch. Now this one definitely has a front because you can see the tinsel stitching. So I'm going to twist. Okay. I'm going to loop. Super cute. Pinch. Twist again. So I'm going to do 2 loops on this side. Measure. Pinch. And then one last twist. Okay. Let go here. Now I'm going to take this and put it right back on top. So I'm going to hold on tight. Every time I take this pipe cleaner off here, I hold on nice and tight so that the stacked ribbon doesn't fall apart, okay? Take that off, put it right back on top. I'm going to keep in mind I have a definite top and bottom to this bow because of that elf ribbon, right? I have a definite top and bottom. Okay, so we're going to go, actually I'm not measuring there, I'm measuring here. Yeah, see that's too big. Okay, so we're going to measure here. So I started with 2 loops, then I did 1, then I did 2. Now I'm going to do, I'm going to do one tiny one in the center. Okay, one tiny one in the center, which ends up being about 2 inches or so, okay? And then I'm going to twist. Okay, so now I'm going to do 1 loop on each side, and I still got to pick that bow back up and kind of measure and make sure I'm at the right. See, now look. See how there's about a finger length here? Can you see that? And so I'm making it just like a finger length shorter every time. Hi, Poppy! Okay. All right, so I'm going to pinch. Now I just want one loop on each side. This one doesn't count because it's my center, okay? Twist. I'm going to make sure that those are going to be about the same, right? Measure with my eyes. Pinch. Now this one will have 2 tails on the same side, but that's okay because we're going to pull it down to the bottom of the, or to the one side of the bow. Okay. So last time I'm going to marry this right on top. Look at how stinking cute this is. Let me hold on to this for a second. See, I just use that as my hand because look, now I have to make this longer, okay, because I'm going to have to sift it all the way through the grapevine. And just by having one pipe cleaner, it's not long enough, okay? So I'm going to marry that together. Okay, so I'm going to take that back off. I just had that to hold it. Now I have a longer pipe cleaner, okay? So I'm going to take the whole thing off. I'm going to make sure I'm holding on to that whole stack nice and tight. I'm going to put this on top. This is going to be such a fun wreath overall. Okay, I'm going to take this top or pipe cleaner, put it back on. Super duper cute. So I'm going to hold on real tight. My hands underneath, holding on to it real tight. Okay, I put my center loop up to the center, and I have my thumb in there holding on to it. Okay, so now I'm going to start from the bottom layer, and I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to start from the bottom layer, and I'm going to pull those tails down. Okay, I'm going to pull this down. Next layer, I'm going to pull the next one down. Nice and cute, right in the center. Look at how, this is a very fun bow. Okay, super cute. That is the cutest bow I've ever seen. That is adorable. Back to the wreath. Okay, I'm going to sift that whole thing. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm going to put that whole thing right in there. There we go. Okay. All right. I got it. You can see here. All right. But I am going to go ahead and put some glue in here. And so now I have a whole bunch of hot glue here. And I'm going to I want it to go kind of down this way. So let's see here. I do want to give my bow, where'd this one go? Room. Like I want to give it a spot. I want to have it a spot. So there's a big wide spot. Okay, big wide spot. Oh, there we go. They don't all have to take a long time. They can go quick. They can be fun. Let me add some more glue in here. Okay, I left room here on purpose because I'm going to come right in and plop my bow right down in there, okay? So I'm going to go through without getting myself glued. Okay, I'm going to go right through the wreath. And I'm just doing this so that there isn't a pipe cleaner on the just very outside or the very inside of the wreath, okay? All right, stick that right in there. Now watch this come to life really quick. Just like that. Okay, I'm just going to move them around here so I put them exactly where I want them to go. This is adorable. Adorable. Super fun. Super easy. Okay, so we're going to take this one and I'm going to roll it up. So I want them to be cute, but I don't want them to take over the whole thing. So I'm just going to roll these bottom ones up a little bit. Same thing on the outside over here. So we have 3 stems, 3 pick sprays, whatever you want to call them, on each side. Y'all, that's all I have. I hope you have a wonderful day.